TGI Friday, my friends. I have got a fantastic tip for you. Today, I'm going to be offering up 3 tips so that you can under-promise and over-deliver on the home front. What do I mean by that? Well, it is Business 101 that we do that with our customers, but we sometimes forget to do that with our loved ones, our friends and our family who are always waiting for us, and we tell them we're going to be home at one time and we're an hour later. So I've got 3 tips for you. Oh, and by the way of introduction, many of you have been receiving my video tips for years. Some of you are kind of new to it, and some of you, this is your first one, and you're wondering, who is this crazy lady, and why is she contacting me? My name is Kim Rogne. I've been in the real estate industry for 17 years, and my #1 passion is helping you succeed in your real estate business. I don't care what company you're with. We're all doing the same thing. We all have the same struggles. Why not make it fun? And so I try to offer up some tips for you. So let's get started. #1, getting organized at the home front. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean grease boards, people. Like, hello, honey-do list. #2, chore list. #3, where will I be today? Well, here's where I'm going to be. First, I'm going to be meeting with my buyer. We're going to drive over here. We're going to go look at these 10 houses. Then after that, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go to a closing. Well, it may or may not happen because I haven't gotten the closing docs yet. So we may end up going over here instead to have some coffee and wait an hour for us to go to closing. And then after that, I'm going to go to a seller and I'm going to get a price reduction. Wait a second. This kind of looks like a football play plan. And then my last, the mother of all mother grease boards, is this baby. So what this is our family schedule. Who has activities when, where are they going to be, and what are we going to have for dinner? I'm totally kidding. I do not use all those grease boards, and really if I did, I might as well just paint my house with grease board paint. I really only use this one big one. But what I do is I leverage my family to help me. So we all share a Google Doc. Everybody is responsible for getting their activities in there. I'm not going to be the one to blame if we don't make that birthday party on Saturday if you never put it in there, right? So we have that. But then what I have found out is some of us are a little visual and we need to see it at a weak glance. That's what the grease board is for. So one of our daughters actually fills out that board on Sunday. And then we discovered that our biggest stress is what are we going to have for dinner? So we decide a week in advance. What are we going to have for dinner? And we decide as a family so everybody knows. That's tip #1. Tip #2, never, ever say to your friends or family that you just need to make one phone call. Seriously, people, really? You're a miracle worker if it only takes one phone call to put a transaction together. Instead, why not say, give me about 20 minutes, I have to make a couple phone calls. Again, we're going to under-promise and over-deliver. And then my last tip for you is all about how do I show up on time? Real estate agents are notorious for being late. So here's my tip for you. Know your common routes. Know exactly how long it takes you to get from home to the office. How long does it take you to get from the office to home, depending on the time of day? How long does it take you to get from the office to go pick up your child at school? Know your common routes. That will help. And then here's the last one to that. Always pad the time. If you tell your family you're going to be home at 5 and you show up at 6, you just under-promised. You just disappointed them. Pad in a half hour or an hour always. And then the good news is if you said you were going to be home at 6 and you got home at 5, oh my gosh, how excited will they be? So I hope that these tips were valuable to you. Till next time, it is TGI Friday and it is happy hour. So cheers to you. Oh, and I just love these wine writer pens. Anyway, cheers to you. That's my dog barking in the background. Happy hour. Keep up the great work. Seriously, Leo.